We'll be talking about lifestyle, family,
trending topics, politics, and family issues.
Everything that concerns you and I. Every Tuesday on Immaculate TV,
2 p.m.
Don't miss it. Hello viewers, it's so good to be back here again to be able to bring you the good gist that we have today. In fact, I'm so happy to be here with Coco.
Hi, Nelo.
In fact, Coco, I like the way you're looking.
Yes, we plan to be all cultural today.
Yeah. At least to represent the African culture.
Since we are talking about food, and we know that food is very typical to Africa, we decided to do Mama Africa styles.
And it's actually looking good. And I love your gown.
Thanks, Nelo. You're looking great.
Looking
too.
Radiant.
Thank you.
Okay, viewers. And today we'll be talking about one very important gist. It's actually very important because everyone really needs to do this in order to stay alive. And we'll be talking about our relationship with food. For me, I like good food. Good food, it's good to my soul. In fact, I'm this kind of person. When I go out and I don't eat food, I can lament like for Africa. And most of my friends, they know already. They'll be like, Nilo has come again.
Okay, I think that if, for example, now your name is maybe Sister Ngozi, and anytime you go and eat at Mama Puts, you will take like 5 wraps of apple and like 10 pomo and put it on the food like that, to confuse your enemies. You need to draw closer because you are not eating balanced diet, my sister. Brother Sikiru, you are not eating balanced diet. Bread and coke
amala
is not balanced diet.
And that coke every day of the week. If you don't take Pepsi, your body will not calm down.
Yes, so
just come closer. Be calming down.
We have the gist for you of how to get that balanced diet that you need for good health, for good skin, for good mind, for good mental, and for good energy. You need to give your source of energy good food.
Yeah, so true. When we talk about food, I'm sure every one of us in primary school, we learned about balanced diets. And balanced diets is a way to provide our bodies for good health. That's the classes of food, which then in school they told us is 6, but when you go to the internet, they've not have been added to the balance diet, maybe secretly or silently. Would I put it that way?
I think personally I can add like about 2 or 3. Okay. Number 1 would be processed foods, because at the time when we were learning classes of food, these processed foods were not as popular as they are now. So I would say processed food. Then I would say, can I say on just like sugary food? Because
sweets.
Addictive food, let me say it like that, because now there's so much food that has sugar, salt, and oil, and it's very addictive. In fact, it's like drugs. The study of it looks like the study of a drug addict. Like there are some foods that
like
you
plantain
eat.
Chips. For me, I think that's the sickness. I'm really working on it. Like I can't imagine myself anytime I go to you and I see plantain chips. My head, there's something in me that just keeps. I know there are some plantain chips you bring and put in your mouth is actually salty.
So,
and I'm like, do I really have a choice? As long as
you love it so much. You eat it so much. You eat it so much. Actually, there is this YouTuber that I always watch, Neuro Knowledge, and he traveled to America and he had his first taste of Chick-fil-A. And when he came back, he could not stop talking about it. And do you know the funny thing? He said, I know it's bad for me. I know
that feeling.
Yes, but I keep dreaming about it. I keep craving it. So what is it that is inside this food that makes it so addicted and so addictive and so you crave it when you don't even have it? That's also like taking drugs, if you ask me.
Yeah. When we talk about abuse, it's not only on drug. There's something called food abuse. Even drinks. Even the Bible tells us about food. When you eat excessively, you're like a glutton. You understand?
Yes.
And it condemns it.
It's a sin.
It's a sin, actually. Yes. And even drinking, like when preachers want to talk about that, it's not about taking the alcohol. It's about getting drunk.
I'm telling you,
by the wayside. So I think those things literally boils down to abuse, and that is the way it is. A lot of individuals out there, we abuse food. We abuse it. So that is why today we'll talk about balancing your diet for mental health purpose and for your overall well-being. Stay on, at least I'm sure there are so many people like they are literally big. They didn't intend to be big, but because they didn't work on it from the early stage, and now they are out of shape. They can't. I know one bad thing about this food thing. When you are eating, it's always sweet. It's easy to add weight. But when it is time to lose the weight, come and see walk. You'll be asking yourself, the way I'm eating, like, can't I lose weight the same way?
Hello, you've done keto diet before, which I know is a very popular
in fact,
diet
that
system. That popular diet system for most people. A lot of people are trying to lose weight. They are trying to fast. They are trying to starve themselves and all of that. Can you give us
fasting?
Yes, can you just give us some of your experience on keto diet?
Okay. Talking about keto, I actually did keto when I had my daughter.
Okay.
That was, I think, 2016, and because of the way the birth came, I actually added a lot of weight.
Okay.
And then that was when keto was like really, everywhere on the internet. That's 2016, 2017. And I was like, okay, let me just join this family. Now, keto has to do with protein.
Okay.
You have to feed on protein and then high protein and
diet.
Avoid carbohydrate. Carbohydrate should be very minimal. Like maybe it should be cheats.
Okay.
On your cheat day, like, I want to eat bread. But
so you can't eat bread, rice.
No. It has to just be protein.
Okay. So majorly meat, fish.
Yeah, majorly meat, fish, eggs, then vegetables like your salad and whatnot. So I said, okay, let me embark on this journey. Honestly, I saw the results like in 3 weeks.
Okay.
In fact, you see me then, I was looking so sick. At some point, even people around me were like, whatever you're doing, please just stop it. I'm not just sick, I was having this look like, oh, please help me. I'm literally dying. Like I'm dying. And honestly, I was actually dying. Because if a car should pass like with speed, it looks like
it blow you away, Abby.
I didn't have stamina. I was so weak. Like I lost weight, but I was very weak. Like to do anything, to walk, I was just weak. And I just found out that, you see this, it's not actually good for me.
Okay.
Because I can't imagine losing weight and I don't have energy, for goodness sake.
To do anything.
What would I say that I went to the market and I collapsed? And
and they just pack you to one side. I say, people will now rush. Madam.
All in the name of losing weight, for goodness sake. And I told myself, no. And the moment even my dad had to complain, I just had to stop.
Okay. But for me now, I think that each of us has a particular emotion with food. If we take a minute, can we just pause and go back to think about your favorite food, your best food. Think about how you enjoy it when you're eating it. Think about who you eat it with and, where you eat it. You just see that.
And it's kind of weird. And people will be like, I don't like
emotional.
That food. Like,
food is very emotional.
I'm a yam person. So anyhow the yam is, especially the local roasted yam with the pepper, with the fish, you know how it is. I just love it. And I can sit down like, no matter the quantity of yam you give me, I will eat. If you fry it, I'm good. If it's porridge, I'm good. If it's roasted, anyhow you do it, I'm good with it. In fact, that's coming to my Igbo people, Port Harcourt people, that kind roasted yam with bole, with that fish, with the otazi leaf. I don't know your culture.
Well, for me, I'm somebody that is very open to food. There's no food that I don't eat. Though I watch what I eat, there's no food that I don't. I cannot say. Once in a while, yes.
You don't have a favorite.
I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite. Nice. It goes two ways, because as much as you love one particular food, there are times when you find yourself on a day when you've not really done so well, a day when you need some comfort food, and you know that this food is bad, but then you need that boost of
to feel good.
Dopamine, to feel good. And that's what those kind of foods can do for you. They are not really the best food for you, but they will give you that high, that sweetness and that comfort
that's when you talk
for
about
the moment.
Emotional.
Yes.
It has to do with your feelings at that time.
At that time, yes,
if
exactly.
you're feeling bad, a lot of times when I'm like kind of going through a lot. Although Nigerians are going through a lot.
Everybody is going through a lot.
No, but I'm talking about the days where you're going through a lot. You are at the point of going into one kind of mood. Let me not say depression mode. I hope when you are depressed, you are anxious, you feel overwhelmed.
Anxiety.
You can literally eat anything without even realizing you are eating a lot. There are some days like that, and what I'll be craving to do is just to eat anything that comes around, just to put everything into my mouth. Not because I'm hungry, but I'm just feeling somehow. I'm feeling and
you want to get over.
I want to get over something, and I feel
yes.
when my mouth is moving. So I think that's where it comes. A lot of people go through that daily, but for conscious purpose, to be conscious
of it.
Now, talking about the health, the diet, balanced diet aspect, I think it's better one to be conscious, although sometimes we can't help ourselves with these things.
Okay.
If it's fruits, I think one can actually crave on fruits like pineapples. You have your apples, you have your carrots. In fact, even the tiger nuts, this what do they
the one that
the
they use
people
for
call it
that drink, tiger nuts.
Yeah, drink.
Yes.
They have the big one and the small one.
Yes.
You can actually mix them, and even your peanuts. The peanuts, the walnuts, the cashew nuts, they're actually healthier when you want to actually feed. If we're talking about dieting now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you're talking about emotion. At least we buttress emotion. Some days are like that. Like emotionally, you are drained. And all you can think of. And then sometimes too, you have some people when they're emotionally drained, they don't have appetite for food. They just don't want to eat.
The opposite, yes.
It's opposite. What they want to do is to sleep. Like they lie down, they sleep. That's why you get to see some people say, the moment I'm relaxed, that's when I'm adding weight. Or you see some people, when I'm relaxed, I lose weight. Or you see some people, they tell you, when I'm not relaxed, I add weight. I think it has to do with individuals and our bodies.
Okay.
Everyone is not the same.
That's very true. We are all different.
Yeah.
And so also I want to talk about a tolerance level, which is that, after you crave all these kind of sweet foods and all, it gets to a point where your body is so used to it that you have to eat more to make yourself happier. For example, if you used to eat one ice cream when you are sad, or when you chop breakfast,
A pizza.
Yes, if it becomes too regular, you have to increase to 2 to feel the effect. You have to increase to 4, and before you know it, you can get obese or you can have serious health challenges. So you need to be very, very observant of this. Your diet is you. Whatever goes into your mouth is you.
Yeah.
You are what you eat, remember?
Yeah, you are what you eat, actually.
Exactly.
So this is us telling you now that you should be mindful. I know it's not easy to have the whole thing, because now even when we're talking about that, can't you see that things are pricey?
That's another thing.
I want to get some fruit.
That's another
Recently,
thing.
I wanted to visit someone. I wanted to get some fruit, and I'm like, Aboki, okay, this watermelon, this fruit, Aboki is the local vendors, the local vendors around. And when they brought it, they said, Madam, Kai, 3,000, you guys scare me. I said, huh? On top what? On top small pineapple. Just one, 3,000. Then I said, okay, the watermelon, I said to myself, so if I now add the money together, I should give you like 5K, because I want to buy
one pineapple,
one watermelon. I said, no. So you can imagine someone, maybe someone would watch and say, now they talk, and I don't know, say fruits don't put, what? It don't even go to berries.
No.
Berries, no. Strawberries, your cherries, no, don't even go there.
Okay.
So things are actually expensive, because when we're talking about balanced diet now, you might tell someone, go to the market, stock your refrigerator with this and that. Which money? At least I remember when I was doing keto, when Nigeria was fair. Let me use the language fair. With 5K, you can stock up your refrigerator. You understand? And I'll buy fruits, a lot of them, and I will keep. I'll be like, I even have some pictures. These are the fruits, even the granola, the already processed ones. I'll be like, this is what I got for so amount. Even 10K, I have enough. Now with 10K, how many things do you want?
How many fruits do you buy? That's very true.
So when we talk about that, we'll talk about the prices too. Yeah, true, things are expensive, but thank God to ShopRite. When you go to ShopRite these days, there are some parts you go to in ShopRite. You see them; they have this already cut like in pieces. The variety of
is it
fruits.
safe though? Because I think
I think it should be.
some people are very scared of taking cut fruits. They prefer you buying your fruit whole and going home hygienically.
But even at the same time, for me, I can't buy things like that and just open it and start putting it into my mouth.
Okay.
I think I should be able to go home. Why I said that is, it's easier for people that do parfait. You know, I do parfait a lot. Like by the time you consider, I want to buy this, buy that, it's a lot. And if you don't have a lot of, parfait has to do with quantity.
Yes.
If you don't have a lot of orders, you might end up wasting the fruit, or the fruit might get bad. Okay. So I think they made it easier for people that want to do, your own personal parfait, you want to eat at a time. I think they made it easier, because considering prices of fruits now, you understand, or some people, like what you said, even their bookies, they have cut fruits, but some people will tell you, I can't buy it. I don't know the kind of knife, I don't know how they washed it, but even at that, I can't buy fruits from even their bookies that are cut and just put it into my mouth. I will still take it back home. Make sure it's properly rinsed before I dice and then throw into my mouth. You understand?
Okay.
So
I think one thing that we need to observe about fruits is that we really shouldn't be eating fruits and meals together. You're actually supposed to eat fruits on its own.
On its own, yeah.
Because the fruit has its own enzymes that are in it, that they work differently on your stomach. So if you want to eat fruits, do give it a break after you've eaten, have a rest, then you can now eat your fruit separately on its own. And then water also.
Water is very essential.
Water is life.
And fish.
Water is life.
Anywhere you see me, you see water.
Always.
Like, I take a lot of water.
That's very
When people
true.
ask me,
it takes a lot.
Your skin is like this, I'm like, I don't use any cream. There's nothing special. Like, it's my diet, and they feel I'm lying. Like, they feel I'm joking. Like, you just want to tell me.
You don't want to tell us what cream you are using, Abby.
I'm not
Please do.
Shea butter, Oreo.
Tell us the secret.
The secret alone is water. Like, okay, let me talk about my routine. Like, first thing in the morning, when I wake up, I take warm water, like hot water, infused in lemon.
Okay.
It could be even vitamin C. The main thing is that I need a fluid, but warm, not cold.
Okay.
Because sometimes it turns, if I take something too like cold, ordinarily that's
too cold.
Even in the morning, you can't take anything cold. But there are some times when you bring ordinary water, it looks as if you are bringing it from the refrigerator. So it really upsets me. So I do warm water in the morning, and later, in fact, I'm not an early eater. You see this idea of, that's why I said do what works for you. Idea of you must eat breakfast in the morning. That is the cocoa of the diet. If you are going, for me, it doesn't work. I don't know how to take tea. I can't imagine myself 7, 8 a.m. like I'm drinking tea. I will feel sick. In fact, I will throw up because it irritates me, and I'm not a tea person.
Okay.
I don't take tea. The only tea which it was an addiction, and my doctors had to tell me to stop, is coffee.
Okay.
I was actually addicted to anything coffee, cappuccino, Nescafe, anything that has to do.
That's
with
a very
coffee.
strong addiction to overcome. How were you able to overcome that?
If I had no choice, because at that time now, it was during pregnancy.
That you were addicted to coffee?
Not even addicted, like it was affecting me during pregnancy. So I had to, for that time, for the safety of my hormones, myself and my child, you have to do away with caffeine.
Okay.
So when you, like I tell people, some people, when you tell them, abstain from this thing, they're like, it's easier said than done. May you not be in a critical situation whereby that easier said than done. You don't have an option. This is what you will do for you to survive. It's just like telling someone that have a high blood pressure, avoid drink, alcohol, avoid salt, all this Maggi and everything. And then they tell you, okay, if you can't avoid that, be on pills. And you say you don't want to be on pills. It's not your death warrant you're signing. Apparently, maybe you have a shock of an event that occurs, then you now understand that you have no choice. Because when your mind is telling, how can I be eating tasteless food, no salt? How can I not drink alcohol? Maybe for a guy, this thing that gives me joy, that takes away my sorrow.
You know that I'm using it to help myself. You are taking it from me.
By the time you just realize that, I've entered a scenario that is near death case, and they're telling you this your BP will lead you to hypertension. You see, you have no choice.
Well, I hear there are some
the
herbs
brain,
that can crash BP now.
Africa, that's how the white people that
That's what they say. That you use sourdough now, it will just crash that BP for you. Yes, now. And other herbs like that, it will crash the BP for you. Okay, so let's quickly talk about proteins. So, for example, now I want to make a reference to the book of Deuteronomy, where God told us that he has selected some particular animals that we should eat, and the reason why he picked those particular animals was because they were clean, and clean in the sense of they eat from the ground. So whatever comes from nature, of course, will be the best. The organic things are always the best. So when they eat it, like cows now, they eat grass, and the grass is natural, it's from the soil. So when they take it in, they process it in their body. The nutrients in the grass now enters their body, and then we are able to consume it and get our own nutrients. Compared to some other animals, like me now, I wouldn't say I don't eat pork. I do. But it wouldn't be my first choice when it comes to protein. The reason why is because, pigs, they roll around in what?
Like dirt.
Yeah, and that's what they consume. And then, when it gets into their body, that's basically, what you're eating. So I think there are some certain foods, even like shrimp, they are the bottom of the sea, they are the bottom feeders. So you have to be like very careful what kind of protein you are eating. You can't just consume any meat. Oh, it's fried meat, let me eat it.
Are you sure? I think basically you're talking about yourself now, because there are a lot of people that take pork. For me, I've never tasted pork, and I don't know what it looks like, because honestly, I don't even know if I have the mind to eat the pork. Except I'm not told that this is pork. Then I will have to enjoy it first. But like they bring something and say this is pork meat. with the idea in my brain of what they literally look like, no matter how well it's been. Some people, they tell we train them, we take care of them. No matter how, pigs that eat their own babies, like the thing in my head will not allow me to eat that. But funny enough, my grandmom, she loves pork, and she eats it well.
I don't have
so
any
when you
issue
talk
with
about pork, like some people is like, okay, can you the Chinese, when you go to the Asian
countries, yes,
they eat crocodile,
Bats.
They eat frog, what can you say about that?
I can say that, like I said, if I travel to Asia, I won't have a problem with trying it. I don't have a problem with any food. No, truly, I don't have a problem with any food. I don't mind trying it. I mean, there are all sorts of animals that, gone to party eating alligator, gone to party, there's dog, there's different animals like that. I will try it. It's not that I won't try it, but to make it like a basic part of my diet, no, I don't think so. And that's what I'm talking about, like a regular thing, something that you eat every day. That's what I'm more focused on.
Yeah,
not just once in a while.
Well, not actually. Even when you talk about proteins, please just do proteins that work for your needs. If you know the proteins you're good to go with, fine. For me, fish is in fact, anytime you see me eating out, I'm always on fish.
I know. All right, what about carbohydrates? And we can talk about different types of carbohydrates. We have rice, we have the fufu potato, and all sorts of other carbohydrates like that. So when it comes to carbohydrates, you shouldn't just eat only fully carbohydrate diet.
Yeah, mixed.
So it has to be mixed with protein so that it can balance up.
You can even do the like about 3 or 4 classes of food when you want to take carbohydrate. You could do vegetables. You can do like rice and vegetables. You can actually do protein with your fish, in it. You can
just mix it up and make it spicy.
Then one rule when you talk about eating healthy, you have to eat in portion. You see this idea of I'm hungry, and someone will sit down and balance and carry 3 wraps of fufu and eat. Nobody said you shouldn't eat fufu. It's what you like. In fact, eat what you like. But what we're saying is eat in moderation. Yes,
Balance
we know you can eat 3 fufu. Please, uncle, eat 1. It won't kill you. It's better for you to eat 5 times a day in portion than for you to sit there and eat like, okay, this food I'm eating once. I want to eat it and be filled. It's even more harm than good to your health. That's the truth. And especially when we talk about heavy food, please avoid eating heavy food late at night.
That's very true.
let it be your, like, heavy food majorly should be in the afternoon. It should be a lunch thing. When you're
So
still
that
up and active,
you're active to
you have to
digest
burn
it.
out those things. And at night, then you can even do fruits or veggie or light, something light at night.
Okay.
So I think this should help when we talk about balancing your diet.
Yes. I think you've gotten it. If you haven't picked even one thing from what we have said today, at least you can pick it in proportions. Small. Not
Slowly
just carry everything
eat,
together,
eat
load
like
it
a
up.
queen, like a king. Don't eat like you are rushing or going for war. Eat, in fact, eat gently. Let it digest well, and then eat in portion. In fact, you find out that when you eat, what helps me most times to help me reduce the way I eat, I take a lot of water. Like before food, I can drink water.
Okay.
You know, already when I drink water, when I eat, I'm already filled. I
Okay.
won't have room to eat so much. You understand?
Okay. Well, the final question that I want to ask you, Nelo, is with the economy that we have right now, do you think that the system of eating now is 101 or 11 or 110 or 01?
Eat 5 times a day. Whatever it is, whether it's 110 or 011, the main thing is, do you have the money to buy those things? Do you understand? Because when we talk about 101 or 111, it's basically about the money. You will still have to buy the food and eat. So whether it's 110 or no one, the main thing is eat properly. Have a good diet. Okay. So whether you eat 110 or 011, don't eat like
don't eat like a thief. Okay, so like a thank you. Abi now, don't eat like a thief now, so that they will not. So all right, thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. We want to appreciate our new subscribers. We want to appreciate people that are commenting and liking our posts. We love you. We want you guys to suggest more topics for us to talk about, and we are here for you, right, Nelo?
Yeah, and we really love to hear from you.
We would. We always reply.
We all love you. Thank you
for joining us.
For your likes, for your views, everything. Bye.